Hey guys, I'm Nico, and today we'll be reviewing Logic's album, Everybody. For those of you who don't know about Logic, he's a rapper from Gaithersburg, Maryland, and is most known for his positive lyrics and connecting with his fans. Most people either love or hate his music, but his fans will support him through everything. Unfortunately, Logic's next album, Ultra 85, may be his last, but he has other plans in the future, including directing a movie and writing his own book. I did a poll on Twitter to see what you guys thought of the album, and here are the results. Now I am a fan of Logic, but I'll try to review the album objectively just like I would any other rapper. And with that being said, let's get started. The album Everybody is a concept album, which is about a man named Adam that died in a car crash and met God. But before he can enter the afterlife, he must be reincarnated into a human from every race, religion, or status. Despite having some flaws, I'll give Logic a lot of credit because he experimented with a lot on this album, as well as on the incredible true story, which I think both turned out great. If there's one thing I think Logic really struggled with, was having his own unique style, but I feel like on this album, he did a great job of incorporating his own style of vocals and flow. What I enjoyed the most about this album was his production. Not only did he conduct an orchestra, but he also incorporated horns, piano, and a lot of other instruments as well. I feel like Logic has some of the best production in hip hop right now, and I especially like the production off of 1-800 and Black Spiderman. Logic also did a great job of having each song really flow together and connect as an album. This album is something you definitely listen to all the way through and not as much as each song individually. There are a few songs that really stood out to me, but I still think the album is much better listened to as a whole. I also think this album had just the right amount of features, and they all complemented him and each other very well. I'm a huge fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I know some of you may think it's kinda corny to have him on the album, but I thought he fit the role pretty well, and I also think he was a great addition to the album. I especially liked how he incorporated this album to the story of Thomas and Kai after their venture to paradise. I'm really excited to see how he brings the story into his next album. Now, despite the album mainly focusing on race, I do like how he touched on his depression, anxiety, and many other issues. He also spoke about his political views for the first time in music, but I feel like he's kind of speaking about politics, but he's not really knowledgeable about it. Since the album can be kind of confusing at times, I highly recommend you read the book that he wrote where he explains whose perspective he's rapping from in each song. I'll leave the link in the description. Now, what I didn't like about the album is how he mainly focused on him being biracial and racism too much. I understand that was kind of the theme of the album, but I wish he only touched on race in 2 to 3 songs and focused a little bit more on other issues. Don't get me wrong, the concept of the album was great, but for an album about everybody else, I kinda wish he would have talked about more about other issues, not just him being biracial. I don't think this album deserves all the hate that it's getting, because him being biracial is only a part of the album, and he speaks about so many other issues, but like I said, I wish he spoke a little bit more about those other issues. I love the J. Cole verse and how he raps in Logic's perspective, but I think it would have been really cool if they ended the album with Thomas and Kai. But regardless, J. Cole is on the song, and I'm not going to complain about it. Overall, I'd give the lyrics and vocals a 7 and the production a 9. Meaning the album is decent and above average, and it's definitely worth listening to, but it's not amazing. Overall, I really enjoyed the album and its concept, and I would have given it a 7 or 8 out of 10 if you would have focused a little bit more on those other issues. I know a lot of other people either love or hate the album, and I see both sides to it, but I don't think you can discredit the production and the album's concept. Feel free to comment your opinions below, and as always, thanks for watching.